as your class monitor today. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining. And hopefully you have a great weekend and be ready for our inner peace time together. Today we have Monk Daniel as our teaching monk. May I invite Monk Daniel to open the camera, please? And may I invite everyone to pay respect to Monk Daniel by bowing 3 times. Bow, second bow, third bow. And may I invite Monk Daniel to begin the session, please.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone on Mind Stories this Monday. Hopefully everyone's first week of the month has gone smooth. If not, this is the perfect opportunity to reset, recharge, and connect to your inner peace so you can continue the rest of the month and the rest of this week in a more positive direction. But I saw many of us have joined since the first Monday of the month, right? Last week. So I'm sure we already started the month in a positive way and we just continue walking in the right direction. So we can make this month is actually a pretty special month in our temple and also for many people around the world if you participate in it. I'm not sure if some of us, I see many familiar faces, so I'm sure we were able to celebrate and be a part of the World Meditation event on Saturday, on the 6th. And actually on the 27th is another event in our temple, which we celebrate the day of world peace to inner peace by Earth Day. As we all know, in Earth Day, for most people around the world, we think of Earth Day as how can we improve the earth, right? How can we make environmental change? How can we make all these different changes to make this planet a better place for all humankind and all living things? But in our temple, we also focus on Earth Day in that sense, but there is something that we have to focus on before we focus on that. Whether it's World Meditation Day or Earth Day this month, the main theme that Lompa Machio and all the great meditation masters, or even going back to the Lord Buddha, they all mentioned that if we want to make change in this world, we have to change ourselves first. And that's something that I think many people, no matter what position of power they have, whether it's the UN, whether it's all these people in positions of power that want to talk about peace, want peace to happen. And in the UN they have the sustainable goals. I think there was like 14, right, or something like that, 17, something like that, goals of that they have all these different objectives that they want to make the world a better place, whether it's to end hunger, to end environmental disasters, or to maintain the forest, or all these different things. But the problem is, yes, all those things are very important that we need to change, but how can you change those things or put forward positive action if they don't go to the source of all those problems? And the source of all those problems is humans. All those problems that we have all over the world, whether it's environmental problems, social problems, whether it's physical or even intangible, it's all coming from humans for the most of it. And the way to change it is from the human mind, going to the source of all that problem, which is the greed, anger, and delusion, and all the other negative emotions that are in our mind. And if you don't fix those emotions, how can we make anything else? If you don't want to change yourself or put in effort to change yourself, it's very hard to think in a big picture where you want to, care about the whole world, care about changing the world when you can't even start from changing yourself. And unfortunately, most people, they don't know that you can change yourself from meditation. But luckily for us, everyone here, we know that meditation is the main tool and the most powerful tool to make positive change, not only for yourself, your family, but also the world. And we should be proud of ourselves that we come every Monday and every Thursday and hopefully practice every day in cultivating your mind, because this is something, especially now in modern time and nowadays, we really need to take care of our mental health because of everything around us right now. As we see the tension worldwide, we also feel the heat worldwide. We also see all these different problems that are happening all over the world. And those are all stemming from and coming from human mind that is out of control, human mind that is influenced by the negative emotions within us. If we don't focus in the right place, it's hard to make everything better. And it's something that Lampal and Machio really wants the whole world to practice world peace through inner peace. And it starts with us, everyone here, all 28 of us, and everyone who comes and listens in the future. Every time we come and practice, don't think we're just one person, or we're not special, or we don't have an impact on the world. We may not be the president, we may not be someone with a lot of power or a big position, but everyone has a sphere of influence around you, right? You have your friends, you have your family, you have your coworkers, you have the random person you walk by on the street. You influence many people throughout the day, whether you know it or not. So just by practicing and maintaining your own mental health, practicing your meditation, making yourself more positive, you're actually making the community around you better. And it's something that it's like a domino effect. It's like in our temple, we would call it like Dhammakaya effect, meaning that when people have a lot of powerful mind, positive mind together, that positive energy kind of like multiplies and spreads to other people. And you can feel it, It's when you see someone who is smiling, when you see someone who is positive, when you see someone who is, if you meet, people who, whether it's the Dalai Lama or all these spiritual people who practice meditation deeply, especially Lampal Machio, if you ever get the chance to meet him, or these extraordinary inner peace practitioners, or even just us right now, I'm sure that many people who encounter us day by day, they are surprised on how you're so happy all the time, or how you're so positive all the time. And it's because you're practicing meditation. And that's going to make you a more positive person in every way, influence your words, influence your actions. And that's what can really change your destiny, as we talked about many sessions ago, right? How can you change your destiny, right? Can you change your destiny? It's a topic that I think a lot of people are interested in, right? And we already answered it, which is, yes, you can change your destiny, and also you have a destiny. So it's kind of like you're born with a destiny, but you can also change it by what you do today. You can improve it, you can make it better, or you can stay in the same spot. It's also possible. So it's all about what you decide to do now. So luckily, I'm happy that everyone's joining here and cultivating your mind every day, because just like any conflict, right, on the outside, whether it's war, or how we see that cycle of war never ending, whether it's World War I, World War II, and now in the tension in the world, it seems like, are we going towards another World War III? We don't know. And it's because all these people aren't cultivating their mind in the right way and fighting the true war, which is inside of them, the true war that we need to all fight. And it's a war that we kind of have to fight every day, because we haven't conquered the greed, anger, and delusion in your mind, right? You can ask yourself that. How many times throughout the day do you feel angry? How many times throughout the day do you feel negative? And that's a good way to see for yourself, how am I doing in this inner war? How am I doing with conquering that negativity within my mind? You can see it for yourself, for how you think, how you speak, how you act throughout the day. And we are all fighting the right way right now, which is fighting by meditating, calming your mind peacefully, relaxingly. Paul says this war is special because when you fight it inside, there's no suffering, there's no sadness, there's no damage to anyone or anything. It's a war where you fight with relaxation, with conscious and calm together, and you can overcome all the negativity in your mind bit by bit. And it's a war where you don't have to use, any weapons or use anything other than your mind and your body, and just taking the time to sit down and give yourself a time to rest. And if you can conquer your own mind, get over the greed, anger, and delusion in your mind, which you can get to a point where you can completely eliminate it from your mind. And that's like, we have the example with the Lord Buddha and the different monks in the past that we may have heard about. So even the Buddha is a very special person, but he started out just like one of us. Meaning that we can all do the same thing. We can all strive to get rid of that negativity within our mind. And like I said, it's a constant battle, myself included. We have to always meditate every day, because your mind is capable of thinking good and thinking bad and being neutral. It's 3 things. So unfortunately, it likes to think negative more often than positive in the beginning, right? Maybe as a child, it's very positive, very happy. But as we grow up and we go through everyday life and encounter different things, we tend to go towards the negative more. Our mind gets more dirty, our mind gets more cluttered, our mind gets more stressed. So it's hard to think positive or even think neutral or just be still. So yeah, you need to practice meditation every day, not just 5 minutes a day, not just 30 minutes a day, but ideally an hour a day. The bare minimum. I can't emphasize enough that you need to at least practice an hour a day. And especially as we talked about earlier, that this 3 months, right? These 3 months right now is the rainy season in Buddhist or Buddhist Lent, where we spend 3 months as monks. It's mainly for monks, where we make the vow to stay in one place and cultivate our meditation more deeply. But also as a Buddhist community, or just people in general, you can also take it as these 3 months as a time to also improve your meditation and also decide to make some changes with yourself and what do you want to do in these 3 months, which is what myself as a monk also do in these 3 months. We make a vow to stay in one place, not go anywhere, cultivate our mind more deeply, and also, is there anything in our habits or anything we would like to change in these 3 months to be better? So hopefully we can fight that inner war together right now and take the time to get rid of the greed, anger, and delusion with your mind. And actually, I think many of us have won. It's like a war, and there's many battles, right? But you already won many times. Every time you feel calm, every time you feel still, that's one victory. But you need to keep going. It's not the end of the war to conquer your mind. You need to keep going, one victory at a time. Every time you feel calm, every time you feel just a moment of stillness, a moment of where your mind stops, that is a victory, where you are conquering the greed, anger, and delusion in your mind, and replacing it with peace, happiness, and serenity, understanding, wisdom, which can only that can come from your mind within you. So think of it that way. Every time you feel calm for a moment, every time you feel still for a moment, you are beating the negativity within you. You are conquering the negativity within you, and you're replacing it with that calm, replacing it with that relaxation. So that's why we always end the meditation with like, spreading love and kindness, spreading that positivity, because when you still your mind for that moment, it's actually a very miraculous thing. It's creating a positive energy, whether you know it or not. It's happening because, as I mentioned, at that moment when your mind is still, when your mind stops, you are no longer controlled by greed, anger, or delusion, or any negative emotion. Your mind is just still. Your mind is positive in that moment. So that glimpse of positivity is very strong, because if you think about it, what other thing can you do to get rid of those negative emotions, right? This is the way to do it, by meditation. So let's take some time right now to collect some moments of positivity and conquer the greed, conquer the greed, anger, and delusion within you. And we can go more deeply and attain more and more happiness from within us. And we can spread that happiness not only to yourself, but to your friends, your family, and the community that you influence, that you have, or that you encounter throughout your day. So right now, like always, let's take some time to adjust our body, adjust our mind, so we can meditate together. So like always, need to adjust our body, try to stretch a little bit, even though we are just sitting for 15 minutes listening. Maybe we are a little bit stiff, we may not notice it. So you can move around, stretch, and also just get yourself ready to meditate. For those of us who are ready, we can start. And if you're not ready, no problem. Please go at your own pace. Like always, let's take our time. There's no need to rush, no need to hurry. The way to meditate correctly is not about speed. Just like we're going on a journey, we need to make sure that we're going in the right direction. If we're going in the right direction, no matter how slow, no matter how fast, eventually we'll get to the right point. So right now, let's take the time to adjust ourselves. Adjusting your body to be comfortable, to be relaxed. Finding a comfortable, relaxing position. Whether it's in a chair or wherever you may be. Find a position that works for you today. Every session is different. Once you found that comfortable position, we can slowly and gently, naturally close our eyes, because now it's time for us to rest. It's important to treat every meditation as a time to rest, to relax. Because if we put our goal in the right spot, which is just simply to relax our body, and to calm our mind, everything else that we can achieve in meditation will come naturally and automatically. As long as we have this correct foundation of relaxation of both body and mind. So let's treat the meditation right now as a time to relax. Relaxing and releasing every part of our body, every muscle, can do that however we like, by taking a deep breath, breathing in and out, slowly relaxing and releasing, taking the time to scan, to check, because just like a pilot, no matter how experienced they may be, they always take the time to check, to make sure that the airplane is safe to fly. No matter how many hours they have flown, they never skip a step to check, to make sure everything is ready. We need to do the same, because in order to travel inside, we need to make sure that our body is ready by relaxing and releasing, making sure our eyes are relaxed, our eyebrows, our shoulders, our arms and hands, relaxing and releasing down our back, legs, all the way down to our feet. Once we feel that our body is more relaxed, we may feel that we're beginning to disconnect bit by bit. The more we relax our body, the more it will begin to fade away. As we begin to travel inside, the way we travel inside in meditation is simply using relaxation, where we feel comfortable as well as conscious. It's like an airplane. It needs wings to fly. If you only have one wing, you can't fly. In order to fly inside, we need two wings. We need to be conscious. We need to be comfortable. We need both of those on both sides. So whatever method we use, it should help us to stay conscious and comfortable together, hand in hand, balanced. And then naturally and gradually, our mind will begin to go to the point of peace within us. It will travel inside automatically and naturally, because our mind wants to rest. In the beginning, it may not seem like it, because maybe you'll jump back and forth, distracted by thoughts, not being able to let go. But we can help it by using the visualization, using the mantra to help your mind, to remind your mind that it's time to rest, time to let go, time to let go so that we can receive something better, something that can only come from stilling your mind. That something is true happiness, a happiness that we can generate within ourselves, a happiness that is independent, that we can create, that we can find by simply keeping our mind calm and relaxed, gradually and gently. Our mind will begin to slow down. In the beginning, there may be some turbulence, which is normal, depending on how busy our day has been. We just need to be patient, give it time. It's a battle that we can fight relaxingly, calmly, patiently. Right now, our mind may feel like a storm. The thoughts may be like the storm. We don't need to fight the storm. We just need to sit and relax. Allow that storm to pass, which it will. As we can see every day, as the clouds and the storms, they come and go. Or just like a day, it can only be dark for a certain amount of time before it becomes bright again. Our mind is the same way. It will become bright, it will become calm naturally, as long as we can help it by using the mantra, by using visualization, repeating softly and gently in your mind. Samma araham, Samma araham, Samma araham. Every time we repeat the mantra, it will help your mind become more calm, helping your mind to be free from any distractions. Or for some of us, it's easy and simple to imagine something bright, whether it's the full moon, the sun, a star, or whatever image that helps you to feel bright, helps your mind to feel pure. Whatever method we use, it's about feeling comfortable and relaxing. Because eventually we need to get to the point of where we do nothing, where we just be still. Or sometimes you may feel right now where you just want to let go. The mantra fades away. The visualization changes or disappears. And you feel that you just want to do nothing. You just want to embrace and enjoy the feeling of relaxation, allowing it to carry us, to bring us to that point of peace within us. Which we can all connect to as long as our body is relaxed and our mind is calm. Our journey has already begun. The moment we began to relax our body, the moment we close our eyes softly and gently, and every moment that we stay relaxed, that we feel comfortable, where we feel conscious and calm, conscious and comfortable. Every moment that passes, our mind will become more clear, more bright, more positive. Even though we may not see, the most important thing is how we feel. If we feel relaxed, we feel calm, before we know it, we will see and experience a happiness, see and experience our mind in a new way. Because as the Buddha said, Nati Santi Parang Sukhang, there is no other happiness that surpasses the serenity of the mind. We will understand those words more and more as we relax our body and calm our mind. Just remind ourselves to follow the words from Luang Pu, the great meditation master, Stop is the key to success. Meaning, if we stop our mind, we will have the key to unlock a true happiness, a true positivity that will bring us success not only in meditation, but in everything in our life. But first, we need to ask ourselves, are we stopping? The only way to stop your mind is through relaxation of both body and mind. So let's practice together, allowing our mind to relax, to calm down. Let's enjoy the rest of the meditation together in silence. Samma araham. Samma araham. As we travel inside, it may feel like we're flying, floating, feeling more and more calm, more fresh. It's also a good opportunity to check to make sure that you still feel conscious and comfortable, because we need to make sure that we have both, where we feel unbalanced. Again, we should be conscious and comfortable together. If we feel imbalanced, there won't be any obstacles, and the feeling of relaxation will grow, expand, changing from relaxation to happiness. But if we feel off balance, that's when the obstacles will begin. We'll start to feel sleepy. Sometimes we feel like our mind is drifting, distracted. But that's okay. We can simply adjust. Whether it's to gently open your eyes, and then when you feel ready, you can close your eyes again. Sometimes physically we feel uncomfortable. We can also adjust. The sooner the better. The sooner we come back into balance, where we feel conscious and comfortable together, the sooner our meditation will continue in the right direction. So don't be scared to adjust. It's okay to reset, readjust, restart as many times as you need. Because every time we come back to being calm and comfortable is another moment, a special moment that we can collect. One moment of peace, one moment of calm is a miracle in itself. So let's continue to collect those miracles one moment at a time. As we come towards the end of our session, like always, we should spend some time to use the positivity within us. Because our mind is more calm now, more clear, more positive. And a mind that is clear, a mind that is bright, is a powerful tool. Right now, we may feel within us a happiness, a relaxation, a growing, expanding. Almost if we have like a ball of positivity within you, a sphere shining like the moon, shining like the sun. But it's a different kind of brightness, a brightness that feels relaxing, cooling, comforting. Even though we may not see it, we can feel it. Or for some of us, we can even see it. Right now, we should spend the time to spread our love and kindness, to spread the happiness within you by training your mind to have more compassion, more love. By beginning to wish for yourself, because we need to learn to love ourselves first. Once we love ourselves, we can spread out to our family, our loved ones, our friends, wishing for everyone to be healthy, to be happy, or even if they've passed away, no matter where they may be, we can connect to them by our mind right now. Wishing for them to have a share of the positivity that you feel. No matter the distance, no matter the differences, when we close our eyes, still our mind, we all share the same place, the center of the body within us. So we can share and spread our positivity to anyone, to everyone. And once we've done that, we can wish to ourselves, wishing for whatever you would like. And once you've done that, we can slowly and gently bring our mind back to wherever we feel relaxed and just let go for a moment, continuing to relax and stay still. Sape Buddha Balapata Pachi Ganang Jayang Palam Arahanta Nate Shirakam Bantami Sapaso Sapaputta Nupavena Sapathamma Nupavena Sapasangha Nupavena Satasoti Bhavantu Te. When we are ready, we may softly, gently open our eyes. Okay, welcome back everyone. Hopefully you had a good meditation. And before we continue with the Q&A, I would like to pass the mic back to our lovely moderator, Miss Pam.
Okay, thank you so much to Monk Daniel for a very beautiful meditation guidance. And now let's move on to our group photo. So I would like to invite everyone to share your lovely smile to all the people who are joining the session together. So I would like to invite all of us here to turn on the cameras and share your inner peace smile to everyone. Let's smile. All right, I believe the photo has been taken. Thank you everyone for joining. And now we move to the Q&A session. So if you have any meditation experience to share with Monk Daniels, or if you would like to ask any question or seeking your advice from Monk Daniel, please feel free to type in the chat box. And now I would like to transition back to Monk Daniel for a Q&A session. Thank you.
Hopefully everyone's meditation was good. Like always, today I don't have the slide. If you could maybe give me an initial feeling from 1 to 5 on how you feel from your meditation. If you feel really relaxed, really comfortable, you can press 5. Or anywhere from 1 to 5, depending on how you feel. And also, other than that, please write your experience. That would be wonderful to hear and to see. Right now, it's storming outside. I don't know if you can hear. The rain is falling very heavily. But just like I mentioned in the meditation, sometimes there's a storm, but we don't fight the storm, right? We just sit and wait for the storm to pass. And that's what we can do. We don't calm the storm, we calm our mind. And before you know it, the storm will pass. I saw some comments earlier from Jordan. Thanks a lot. So peaceful meditation and comforting and relaxing. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Jordan, for joining us today. I'm sure, I think it's not sure what time it is over there for you, but I'm glad that you make time to always come and join as often as you can. And you can feel relaxed, you can feel comforting. That is the heart and the soul of every meditation. So anyone can feel just a moment of relaxation, of comfort. That's a good step. And then, sorry, if you continue with that relaxation and comfort, your meditation will get deeper. It's like a foundation to a building. If you have a lot of relaxation, you have a lot of comfort. It's like a strong foundation that can receive more and more happiness. It's like you're building a building, right? If you want to build a tall building, a big building, you need a strong foundation. So meditation is the same. If you don't have the right foundation, you can't support the deep happiness or the deep, profound experiences that you may feel or see in meditation. So right now, we're creating that foundation every day by collecting those moments of calm and relaxation. Time flies so fast since we met on Saturday. Yes. I feel like it was just like an hour ago or something like that. It was very fast. But I guess that means that you are feeling good. You feel, maybe you're busy, I don't know. But as we practice correctly, or you have a lot of happiness in your life, time actually goes by pretty quickly. I'm going to ask about meditation and anger mind. Thanks a lot. Good question. Of course, everyone has anger in their mind more than others. And that goes back to what I was saying in the beginning, that if we don't meditate, the anger in us that we all have, it gets stronger and stronger and stronger. And then it begins to influence our thoughts, our words, our actions, and we become an angry person. You know, maybe you've heard of the game in the past, like Angry Bird, right? You angry at everything, easy to get angry, easy to have a temper, no matter any small thing, you know. But when you meditate, it helps to cool that anger down, helps to remove it bit by bit. It doesn't go away right away, of course. It's like anything, like it depends on how hot your mind is when you start. So let's say you have, everyone has a different boiling point. Some are, I'll explain it like that. Like if water is very hot, it's boiling, of course it takes longer to cool down. So when you meditate, it starts to cool down automatically as you relax your body, calm your mind. It's gonna douse the fire of anger in your mind. And in the future, you're gonna be more in control of your emotions, meaning that you can feel the anger growing inside of you and you can stop it. But in the past, the anger takes over automatically and you say something or you do something that you regret from that anger. So as you practice meditation, it's going to help you to realize what you're feeling and be able to adjust. So please continue to practice meditation. So you don't do anything or say anything out of anger that you will regret, which I know we all are guilty of, myself included. So it's very important to practice meditation. I heard someone ask me in the past, I saw someone ask me in the past that why do we hurt the people we love? Or why do we hurt people in general? Even though I know most of us don't want to hurt people, right? No one feels good about hurting someone, whether it's with words or physically, especially with words. Sometimes a lot of us, we say something and then we look back on it, oh, I shouldn't have said that. And it happens because you let your mind get taken over by greed, anger, and delusion. Most importantly, by anger. So if you really love yourself, love the people around you, you need to practice meditation so that doesn't happen as often. And eventually it won't happen at all because you're in control of yourself, in control of your emotions. Hopefully that answers your question a little bit. See a lot of 4s and 3s. Very good. Surprised to see everyone meditate so well every time. From Edwin, although it's raining heavy, it doesn't affect my meditation. Exactly. That means if you feel any like noise or if you hear any noise or you have any distraction, whether it's rain, whether it's, construction next door or maybe anything, it's always good to use visualization or use the mantra or even use both to help your mind to stay connected inside rather than focus on what's happening outside. And as you practice more often, it's going to be like Edwin, no matter how loud it is, how heavy the rain, it won't affect your meditation. And also, as we practice more meditation, we see things more positive, right? So instead of thinking, oh, the rain is distracting, we may think of it as relaxing. It's a good sound, relaxing sound. From Dan, unbelievably 5. I started from 0 again, but ended with a 5. Wow, very good. Starting from 0 and going to 5. That's great. Meaning that you are really getting down the technique of letting go. Because I know sometimes when we start from 0, that means, we feel uncomfortable, we feel distracted. But if you practice correctly by letting go and using the mantra, using the visualization in the right way, you can go to a good ending like you did. From Pam, may I ask a question, please? When traveling or after traveling a few days, my meditation can only get to the relaxation and peacefulness, but not get into the same stage of brightness. Okay, kindly advise. Sometimes when the first thing that you have to do is accept yourself and don't have expectation next session. Meaning that if you know that you traveled a lot today, or you know that your day was very busy, or most importantly, if you know that there's a couple of things, okay? So but if you if you know that you traveled a lot and you didn't meditate that much, you have to expect that this session is going to be slower. This session is not going to be the same. And I know that seems simple, of course, but a lot of times when we start the meditation, we don't realize it, but we start it with the expectation, a high expectation to get the same result. So the first thing is give yourself a little bit of talk when you start the meditation that, okay, today, again, just treat every meditation session like coming to relax, not coming to improve. A lot of times for those of us who practice meditation consistently, we change the focus from meditation to relax to meditation to improve. And when you change it to improve, your mind has more want, more expectation, more desire. So you're not going to get the same results as you should. If you just sit and treat the meditation as time to relax, even though the day was busy, even though the day was busy, you can still get the same result or even a deeper result, depending on how you change your mindset. And just in general, to advise is just take your time in the beginning. No need to rush. And ideally, in the future, when you travel or when you work or you feel that you're traveling, don't forget to take some moments to look after your mind as you're traveling. Actually, when you travel, it's a very good time to practice meditation, whether you're sitting in the car, sitting in the plane. There's a lot of times that you can actually, meditate. So maybe in the future, you can add some meditation throughout your travel as well, and not just, travel only. And so it can help you. So when you come to meditate, it's easier as well. So a couple of things. Okay. From 10. Sorry. I walked the mind from the first base to the sixth base and placed the mind at the sixth base, but kept adjusting very long, and at the end I opened my eyes and saw the expanding sphere. So the mind brought the expanding sphere into the third base. I felt happy and comfortable at the third base, so I placed the mind there and said, I blended the mind to slightly swap the comfortable point from the third base to the sixth base and repeated that many times till the mind could focus bright at the seventh base. I felt very relaxed and rested, so comfortable. My tear ran from the right eye, but I felt good. Thank you, Tam, for sharing. I know some of us may be, what is first base, sixth base, seventh base? But for those of us who practice the Dhammakaya method, we have 7 bases of the mind. But for now, don't worry too much about it. You can start anywhere, place your mind anywhere, as long as you feel comfortable, and your mind will go to, as we call, the 7th base or the center of the body automatically. So for Tan, like she said, she felt comfortable at the 3rd base, or started at the 1st base. It doesn't matter what base, where you want to place your mind, whether it's anywhere, as long as you can get to the relaxation, that comfortable point that you mentioned. And yes, if you practice correctly, you're going to feel more and more happy. And sometimes you may even feel tears of joy, which is great. Very good. From Edwin, thanks, Monk Daniel. Your soft and gentle voice is always very helpful. I try my best. My voice, I feel, is a little bit dry today. Sorry about that. From Timothy, thank you, Monk Daniel. Can you remind me what's the purpose? What was the purpose of traveling on a road trip? Story was for. I fear the destination not being what I expected. Oh, you mean from the last session about road trips? I think in general what I was trying to say is that when we take a road trip, sometimes in the beginning the trip isn't as enjoyable, and when we get to the end, we feel happy to get to the destination because we're taking a trip to get somewhere. But in meditation, it's different. Like, it's happy and enjoyable the whole way. You don't have to wait until the destination to feel happy or feel satisfied. And you shouldn't be afraid of, in meditation, you shouldn't be afraid of the destination or be scared of what's going to happen at the end of the meditation, because there's nothing that's going to hurt you in meditation, and there's nothing scary that can really come from meditation if you practice correctly. There's nothing, it's just your own mind, right? So there may be some, thoughts or some things that you have in your mind that come up, but nothing's going to hurt you. If you feel like anything is uncomfortable, or you feel anything is like scary, we can just open our eyes, let it go. Like, if you have a nightmare, you just open your eyes and it's gone. And then when you feel relaxed, you feel comfortable, you can start again. No need to worry about it. But if you practice correctly, the whole trip of your meditation, from the beginning middle and end should be relaxing. But at any time you feel that it's not relaxing, it's not comfortable, we can just adjust. And the easiest way to adjust is just to open your eyes. And once that uncomfortable feeling or uncomfortable thought goes away, you can slowly and gently close your eyes again and continue. Okay. Sorry, Tan. You raised your hand. Okay. I'll slowly get to everyone. From Vanessa. My phone overheated in the heat and I was just excited. I just exited now. I missed Metta and the ending blessing, but on the flip side, I went super deep and far. It was great. I heard repeatedly your 1 hour meditation requirement a day. In my mind is so not to move and drift as I am right now. Yes, so ideally, if you can meditate an hour a day, it's going to help you to have like a strong vaccine or a strong immunity to all the negativity and all the chaos that we can have throughout a day. Or even though it's, maybe your day is not chaotic, maybe you're on vacation or you're somewhere that's nice, but just like your body, even if you sit still all day, if you stay inside all day, your body gets dirty. So you need to take a shower, you need to clean it. Your mind is the same. No matter where you are, wherever it's a peaceful situation, a bad situation, you need to take time to meditate. And ideally, an hour a day will keep the doctor away. An hour a day will keep your mind safe from anything, from everything. May I ask the technique to bring the mind to the 7th base when it's located at the 3rd? You don't need to bring it to the 7th base. If you want to keep your mind at the 3rd base, or your mind is at the 3rd base, just let it be there. And you don't need to move your mind or force it to go anywhere. If your mind's at the 3rd base and you feel comfortable there, just leave it there until it either will go to the 7th base automatically, or if you want to try to move it, you should do it when you feel comfortable and relaxed. And if you try to move it and it feels uncomfortable, don't move it. But if it feels relaxing to move it, okay, you can move it. Does that make sense? Okay. From Elsa, I'm an actress and I think the pandemic affected me a lot. I fell into depression and anguish because I have not have a job for 2 years, but thanks to these exercises, I have mentally overcome it. I appreciate it. Wow, that's wonderful to hear from you, Elsa, that even though you have, difficult time right now, and you started from, depression and feeling upset, even though everything is not going the way you would like, of course, but if you practice meditation, at least mentally, you can be in a positive state. And when our mind is in a positive state, it's going to be easier to overcome and find the way out of that, out of that dark place that we're in. And if you keep continuing to meditate, it's only going to get better, and it's going to help you to get back on track. Because if your mind is, in the right place, your mind is more positive. It's easier to see what you need to fix or what you need to do step by step. And it's going to get you back on track, get you back on to getting a job and getting everything that you need. But the first thing you need to do, and always practice, is my master would say that the success recipe is the recipe for success is if your mind is clear and bright, or if your mind is clear and at ease, you can achieve anything successfully. And if you can put your mind at the seventh base or at the center of the body, you can achieve anything easily and quickly. So this is the recipe to success that he always mentions. So we can practice that. Do we consider a good meditation if we can feel very relaxed and calm, but aware of the presence, but don't go into blissful time like I used to experience before, like seeing the light, stars, etc.? Yes, every meditation where you feel relaxed, you feel calm, and you're aware of that feeling, meaning, yeah, as you said, you're aware, even though you may not feel super happy, super blissful, or you may not see or experience anything profound, just feeling calm and relaxed, that's enough. And every session we collect that calm and relaxation, and it's going to get back to that point again. If you really want to get deep and consistent meditation, it comes down to being consistent. If you want to get deeper experience, you want to get more profound experience, then we need to be more consistent in our practice. But every session where you can get calm, you can get relaxed, that's a success in itself. But just as a other goal to improve is that we need to be more consistent, at least an hour a day, and it's going to get better and easier. Getting anxious as my med school exam is approaching, and even though I am not a victim of my health, relationships, and logistical complications for now, compared to the first 6 months, I am in Samic too. Oh, exam. I think I need to find the right path one day. The Arham part helped purifying the mind, following the Sama, the right path, Mangchan translation. It really helped me to rewiring the mindset direction, which I believe caused insomnia. Yes, if you can't fall asleep, sometimes a really good way to help you fall asleep is to meditate. I think a lot of people have that obstacle sometimes when they don't want to fall asleep in meditation, but it's easier to fall asleep when you're relaxed mentally. And for some of us who have that problem of not being able to fall asleep, meditation can definitely help. Because sometimes we can't fall asleep because our mind is attached to something. It can't stop thinking, or it's attached to something. So as we meditate correctly, we let go of that, and it helps us to release and helps us to relax. And yes, if we use the meditation, it's only going to help to hear those feelings. I think that wraps up most of everyone, I think. So thank you, everyone. Please, as I said in the beginning, try to make your goal. Don't have to immediately change, but ideally, I can't emphasize enough that you should try to meditate an hour a day. You know, it will go a long way if you practice an hour a day. That doesn't mean that you need to, sit down for an hour, but it means that try to collect throughout the whole day at least an hour, whether it's 5 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the afternoon, 30 minutes, break it up, but try to get an hour a day. From Vanessa, sorry. Can you please quickly explain the sixth base, please? The sixth base is at the center of your stomach, same level as your belly button or your navel. So if you think of it, just in general, the center of your stomach at the same level as your belly button or your navel. And the center of the body is 2-finger width. So you take your 2 fingers and you put it at your belly button or your navel, and that's your center of the body. But that it doesn't mean it's in the middle of you. So it's not like at the, at your skin, at the surface. And you can feel it if you take a deep breath all the way in, and the end of your breath is the center of your body, approximately. But really in practice, don't worry too much about the exact point, but just to know about it is good. And then as you practice more and more, you can connect to that point easier and easier. Okay. As I said, 1 hour a day, please make that your goal, and your meditation is going to improve really quickly. Like for me, to not only maintain but improve my meditation, I have to meditate at least 4 to 5 hours a day. So hopefully you can do at least 1 hour a day, and we can go together these 3 months. Okay? So thank you, everyone, and let's see each other next Monday and also this coming Thursday. Thank you, everyone. Please stay healthy and maintain your healthy, happy mind as well.
Thank you very much, Monk Daniel, for a wonderful session today. And I hope everyone have learned a lot, and let's put into practice till we see each other on this coming Thursday. And may I invite everyone to pay respect to Monk Daniel by bowing 3 times. Bow, second bow, third bow.
May everyone stay healthy, stay happy, be able to maintain your mind in a positive way by meditating every day, being able to still your mind and connect to that happiness within you, and use that happiness to bless your life, to make your life successful in every way, and continue to practice and get deeper and deeper meditation very soon, very quickly.
Sadhu. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining today. Next Thursday, please bring more friends to join so we can have a wonderful time or the precious time to practice meditation to improve our inner peace and sharing our inner love to everyone around the world. So please take care in wherever you are. Hopefully to see you Thursday. Thank you. Bye.